Some of them do, yeah. So you want to sing Wheels on the Bus?
Down and down, down and back. You like it? Okay. I know, that's how I feel too. I feel you know. We got time. Okay. To go to the airport. Okay, we're going to take a roundabout way today. Oh, that sounds okay. Yes, I'd say before you get to the airport. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I know we've got some people on here from California and Colorado.
Where's everybody from? Local? Wisconsin?
Got some local.
Colorado?
We have quite a few Wisconsin people.
Illinois?
Madison.
How many quilters do we have on?
Okay.
Several quilters. Okay, great.
Okay.
And how many animal lovers do we have on?
Fort Washington, Wisconsin. Okay.
Okay, we also have a special guest on here today. You guys are quite lucky. We have Alice in Dairyland. So we're on the celebrity bus. And Trish, you were in Alice? No, you were. She was Cheese Day Ambassador and Dairy Queen. Yep, so we have royalty. And then you got Kris and me, and we're just Kris and me. My name is Lynn.
So, our first stop will be at the fairgrounds. So you will.
Kris is going to talk to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of talk to the front of the bus, and you might overhear a little bit.
Right. So when we're at the fairgrounds, you'll actually you'll be able to see how large. Most of the barn quilts are 8x8, which is 2 sheets of exterior plywood put together makes it 8x8 because the sheet of plywood is 4x8.
So there's been an accident.
So you'll be able to see them fairly close. So, which is,
So
people say how long
we did not dream up barn quilts. On the way out, we're going to kind of talk about barn quilts. It was started in 2001. Kris and I got the idea in 2007, and we were kind of busy with another big project, Farm Technology Days, and we just didn't have time. So the first one went up in April of 2008. So we've been doing this for 10 years. We still just do it at cost to our farmers. And Kris and I do this totally on a volunteer basis. I wish we would have kept track of all the hours and all the lifting. The first few years definitely was my workout, because when you put these barn quilts together, they weigh about 200, 250 pounds. And of course, boards are heavy. We use 2 4x8. We'll see some low ones, so you can actually see how big they are. They're 96 inches square, and then they're put on a 2x4 frame and mounted on the barn. So they get kind of heavy, so we do a lot of lifting. Some of our first ones, we're going to have to redo a couple of them now. But we only guaranteed them for 2 years. And I always promised I'd never climb up and get and redo one up in the peak of a barn. And when we go to DeVoe's, you will see one in the peak of the barn. There's a reason why I won't climb up there. A lot of them we have used lifts to get them.
Don't know why. I mean, where you get, and money like that fourth one.
Yeah, those are really nice. We've used some, Alliant Energy has done a few for us in the beginning. So those are a little
We got
scary.
instructions from
So do
Iowa.
we stop by the
They
green?
put them on highways.
Jim, right? Sure, I got the right person. I got a Larry yesterday.
Travel back and forth. Oh no, it's from her home in the break. And so, anyhow,
So this is how big they are.
so that you can see them.
And that is the official 4-H
There's a
one.
black line that goes down the center.
It doesn't really say hi, it
Join.
says
Okay.
4
And from some of the
H's.
4-H's.
So in that one, what we do, we prime them twice. All the boards are primed front and back twice. And then we draw out the pattern and we tape off what color we're going to paint.
And we
We
use
use
painter's tape.
the
like
blue
it was
painting
really wish
tape
I
and we
would've
roll
stopped.
that so there's no
Before
And
we
then we
started.
put 4 coats
And
of
we
color on.
even try to be conservative.
We let it dry
Sometimes
24
we
hours,
get
we
some
pull the tape and we
and we're really
retape for the
careful.
next
So
color.
that we knew how much we go through.
Chris and I tag team
And then
because
you
sometimes
roll
we're only
it
there
with
5
a
minutes
wall
putting on, if it's
Okay, so
like
you
that
tape
white,
on the
that would have
line.
only taken me
You
about
see
5
where,
minutes to do.
you know, and then working with kids.
So we tag
did
team
that
and
little
we come back and forth for coats. In the summertime when
to
it's
get it
hot like this,
we roll that down.
sometimes do 3
Try
coats in a
with
day,
2
so it
coats
goes
of
fast.
primer. That
When
is
it's
in
cooler,
the
it's a little slower.
And I forgot to say,
If
the
it's
plywood
an
has
intricate
2 sides,
pattern,
A side and C side.
we
Your
can
A side is already a little
the notes
smoother,
from that
the C side maybe has some
75.
knots. And
Time
so
we're done.
we did
And
do
that is
one
all fine, too.
reversible one that hung inside one of the bars
Ones
at the
that are
state
low
fair,
like this,
hung by
and
chains.
we go Jim
So
to the next
that one, you know, we look for a
If we
piece
don't
of plywood
match up,
with
then we put the
the
boards
least amount of
together.
knots,
Chris and I'll
because
get up
that-
on ladders
one of the
and
sides
make sure they match.
was the C side.
When they're 60 feet up in the air in the peak of a barn, we're not so
And then this is where
concerned
the
about
parade
runs.
lines up
But when
tomorrow.
they're down
So you'll
low,
see all the different sides of the division.
We're also
division,
fabric
division.
quilters,
So people
so
know
we're
ahead
kind
of
of
time what
fussy
division they're
on our
in.
lines and our seams matching.
And then the band's
And we are that way on our barn quilts too. So we don't like things not to be almost perfect.
So, and we're going to just come around the corner. I said I could do it.
Oh, we missed it.
Then it was
And they,
on
and
that
they got
building.
it blocked by.
We can't see it. We can't see it.
Sorry about that. We got a camper in front of
It's
us.
right there.
It's on
I
that
was going to
barn.
say,
So you're very hooked up.
Bring
Yeah.
their cars, though.
Sorry about that,
that
guys.
one, okay, that one
That
is
changed
called-
since
it's called
yesterday.
County Fair, is what it's called.
I'm also involved with the fairgrounds. We just got done with our 167th fair, and Caitlin was there. But this is our big weekend for camping. We have about 100 campsites, and we will overfill them.
These are people that used for this.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I know. The electric is
Yeah, actually, other than in the winter, because as soon as it gets cold, we turn off the water and the electricity. But this is a campground all summer long. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of trees because it's also a fairgrounds. In order to keep the little fairgrounds going, we've had to diversify. Camping is one
So
of
yeah,
them.
if we're on the other side.
The big brick pavilion that you'll see down there, I don't know if we can see it at all. It's on. Yeah, it's just, no, we can't see it with the tree.
There you can
The
take
brick pavilion was built during the Depression for about about $25,000, and now we've redone it for the tune of over 50 to 100. But we actually do a lot of rustic weddings. We rent that out for weddings. And then we rent out Exhibition Hall for weddings. And then in the wintertime, all these buildings have boats and motorhomes and storage. Motorcycles, we've stored our motorcycle over here. So we actually do weddings in this building here. We've left it rustic, put in some sliding doors to block off the other wings, and yeah. So that is what we also hold a flea market out here twice a year in the spring, or in June and in September. Unfortunately, last weekend we got rained out and we had to cancel our flea market. But that's how we've been putting roofs on, keeping the fairgrounds alive. A lot, because this is not county owned. Our fairgrounds is stockholder owned. I'm one of Kris and I are both stockholders. And it's all run on volunteer basis. We do have a maintenance person and an office. So that's how we're keeping our fairgrounds alive. So Greene County, if you like animals, we're home to about 73,000 cows, calves, yearlings, whatever. And we only have about 30,000 people. So, 270,000, we just hope our cattle never revolt against us and, take us over. That would not be good. Do the farmers get what they should be paid? I'm sure Caitlin can attest to this. Not right now. It's pretty hard. Actually, last week, one of the farmer who's been farming since 1953 when his parents moved here. And I grew up with him. He was in my 4-H. They had to sell out. They could no longer make it, and they were on their 4th generation. So very sad. We're losing quite a bit. Several a week, unfortunately. So we're going to slow down over here. And this one will be on the door side. And it's called Hens and Chicks. They've always had chickens at this farm. And this one is a 4th generation farm. And you may see all kinds of animals at some of these farms.
Hi, kitty. And there's always had chickens at the 4th generation.
Yes, the brochure you got about us, those are the infamous kitty cats that were tickling Kris and me when we were having our picture taken.
Yeah, did we have those flyers?
They all got them. Or I do have them. If you didn't get a flyer, I will get you one out of my
Some
desk.
of them do not have.
I will pass them out.
Okay. So so they've always had chickens at this farm, and that's why but they have dairy.
If you didn't get a brochure, please take one and pass it back.
Oh yeah, and they would just we couldn't.
So actually, my father lost his dad when he was about 14, and he fostered at this farm for the grandparents of the current owners. So that's kind of interesting.
So the barn quilts.
The next one will be on the driver's side. If they contact us and they want to put Quilt up, we actually work with them. And like that one, they always had chickens, so they love that one. The next one was actually an old cheese factory. So to be on the map, Kris and me, we have to have an agribusiness. That's kind of our rule, our mission. And in your brochure, you see the mission. Bob actually worked at the farm where Nancy grew up and then became their mail caller, and they eventually started dating. And so the name of this quilt, you'll have to go just right like that.
So, actually, it's not the next one. This next one is called The Farmer's Daughter.
So
have to roll
they
through
picked
here.
up.
This one's actually a 6x6. So when you see it, because of the fitting, 8x8 would have been too large.
There's a
So
walnut
you
tree
can see where it's off center. It takes a little bit more for the drawing to make it match. You can see where
So
the seam is
he
there.
married the farmer's
So you
daughter.
had to get really,
First he worked on the farm, and then he was the milk hauler.
Yeah, he was the
And
milk
then
hauler and stuff
he
at
just
the
retired
farm.
last year.
And then when he picked up
I
milk
was in 4-H
at
with
this
him. They're a
farm,
few years older than me.
then they started dating.
He still
so
ran
they married the farmer's daughter.
milk hauling business all these years.
So there was a cheese plant that then
they've
later
been
was
married
into a
60
truck.
years, and they've been running that milk, and he finally sold out. And then if you go up Highway 69, there's Faith Engineering, which some of you from Wisconsin have heard about it. They that's their grandson, or their son and grandson now. Faith.
Yeah, their son.
Their son, and so agribusiness. We put the quilts up in the any of the agribusiness.
So the next one is the one that she did.
They pick out the pattern Some of them mean something to
Most of
them.
the quilt blocks have a name already.
Yeah, we've
With them
already, and
renamed
sometimes we have
and
to
it's the
rename
name
them.
that says something.
We just
Another
did
Nashville,
kind
where
of a
she comes
funky
around the
chicken one
corner.
for somebody up by
The quilt block is
Attica,
called the Road
and it
Home.
was
And she comes home from work and
it
then
was
she
called,
sees it, so it's the Road Home. It just
Spring
so
Chicks
a
or
lot of
something
it
like
is
that, and I think she's gonna
or what
name
they just
name
like.
it.
And as far as the colors, so they go pick out the colors.
So we
that
kind
they
of come up with
want, or
some
the
good
colors that
names,
they absolutely
cute
don't
names.
want. That's
You'll see
another-
DeVoe's, it's
absolutely
Italian
do not
tile.
want
That's
their
exactly what the
colors.
quilt pattern is. Like animals or tractors. If you see animals or tractors on any of the barn quilts, we didn't do it. We are not artists. We don't pretend to be. So we can't reproduce it easily linear in a quilt. We won't do it.
Here's a flyer. Actually turned out to be a really
So that's nifty 9-patch. And they don't milk here any longer either.
He's the custodian at our church, and like I say, she kind of had those little outside squares a little too random for me. I made them more linear, so they kind of, like the reds where they connected a little bit more. She had them kind of random.
And then you just ask questions.
She kind of it's a 9-patch. Those corners, if you're a quilter, those corner things are called 9-patches. And then at first,
We can't see the quilt. There's a farm over yonder. Actually, they have a quilt on it. It's called Live and Let Dive. It's red and white. It's Swiss, and they are also divers. So means person down, they're diving. But they recently are the first one in Greene County to open up. They're calling it the Dairy, and it's stay at their farm and have the farm experience. So, Dan and Ashley. Dan lost since 2 cheese days ago. His father died suddenly before cheese days, and then before last cheese days, his mother died suddenly. So they decided not to sell. I mean, he still works it, and they didn't know what to do with the family house. Him and his wife have another home, and his siblings live in various parts of the country. Actually, one's in the service, and so they decided to turn the parents' home into like an Airbnb. So our first farm experience, and it is a really neat farm. So if you know anybody that wants to stay in the farm and have an experience, get one of our tourism department. She'll let you know. It's called the Dairy. Silo. And it's going to surprise you.
Who knows what it is? This farm was a farm, an operating farm until about 8 years ago. She milked the Jersey cows. And
They used to milk cows. She did. He had a farm.
And so now
he started processing venison, and it has developed into
he makes the Elvis brats.
he makes brats.
Peanut butter and banana.
It's a lot of meat processing.
So anyhow,
He does all kinds of
the barn
brats.
quilt. That's called
Oh my goodness, if you want brats,
And
you
the
like
pink,
brats.
and the pink
And
silo, which
their
is
quilt
supposed
is
to look
back
like
there, and we have
a
a match
sausage.
the pink of the silo. It's called New
You
Blood.
don't have the curve.
But some of his brat flavors are mushroom
That looks
Swiss,
like it's raw.
Bloody Mary.
It's
The one I like the
and then
best
turn-
is Greene County.
See the small
Cheese and
windows
beer.
in the barn now? That's a party inn. They have reception. Class reunions.
Some of the school kids with their fundraisers. My granddaughter, their band
Like say,
sells
the
brats
farm
for
experience
fundraisers, and they make
weddings are being
brats are really easy to
We
sell.
were invited to one that somebody has an actual
Looking
building
on the
built on
driver's
their property,
side, we
random
go up to the
building.
next farm, and there's
And
another
but
quilt up
rustic,
there, and
and
then
we had a
there's
wedding,
one
family wedding
over on the
there
north
this year,
side too.
up on Monroe Point, And then another one we went to my son-in-law's place. They got married in one in Port Acton. That one was really, they used the hay, there was no barn, they used the hay shoots that they made dumplings, and they used real China
go right to his.
Random China. You might have this plate, you might have that plate, you know, whatever. And then they had your dishwasher. That thing was in the lower. And then in the kitchen, and they lowered them down.
This one's owned by Marge Schmidt and her son.
Yeah. And the Schmidt Farms actually
All this-
own all this
acreage
entire
is there.
section over here. And they have
Grain.
farms all
They're
this entire
corn.
section.
Their soybeans.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have several farms. Here
It's Marge Schmidt, and then she goes down.
Yeah.
And this is where Marge.
My aunt and uncle used to actually farm. This is one of my family farms, and my uncle would never build her a new house, but a lovely tornado came along and made her a house, the black barn.
This barn's called.
Okay, so this one, after the grain bins, you'll see this one.
It is always very high, and you're dealing with power. So I have to deal with
Marge wanted 2 of them because she wanted to look out
very windy.
all her windows to be able to see our. We have several farm wives that have done that. We have one farm wife that has
It's like
4
a
of her
200-pound
windows
pipe.
on all
So when you're
directions.
dealing with power lines, and then there's one of the
So that one is called Ring
Ring
Star.
Star, and this was one of our beginning ones. And see the red
We
ring?
have them on sawhorses.
When you're standing next to
Okay,
it,
and we
looks
draw them out,
very
and we're
large.
kind of
I
guessing
wish
because we're
I
going
would've
from
made
a
the ring
sometimes a
wider.
thumbnail pattern
You measure
to
it, and
96
kinda-
inches.
and it was like,
So we
'cause
thought
the red-
that
the
red
red
around
ring,
there, we did that.
you know.
Chris, was that 12 or 14 inches? I don't know.
Oh,
No, we should
and
have
this
made
is
it like
volunteer.
20.
It's
the red Harley
there were
shows.
times when we got 3 or 4 going.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's 1 or 2 going.
So
It's
you'll
slow.
turn, that's fun.
Here and there we do a few 4x4.
We had a terrible time getting these 2 up because it's always windy. Always windy. We tried 3 times. Chris called me one day at work. She was in tears. She said, it's so windy we can't get it up. So we asked Marge when there wasn't wind on those hills, and she said at 4:30 in the morning. So one of the electricians in town, who lives down the road,
until we got it done.
offered to put it up for us, and he, this is hard, not against, came at about dinner, against electric. He came at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we put those 2 quilts up. We had to lift them up over wires. Many of our old little barns still have hot electricity going into them from the milk house to the barn, so we have to lift them up over the electric wires.
So that I am getting every single piece of cheese.
So, yeah, we've started already at 4:35 in the morning.
I took this one.
Down 69, we staged it one day. We hired a guy. It's $100 an hour. We had 5 of them ready to go. We staged it, and we put them up in 4 hours. Chris and I are very cheap. Chris was all the way. And if we can save a dime, we will save a dime. We even reuse our painters. We should have invested in painters 10 years ago. Okay, over on the door side.
Okay,
You can see some building over there?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris is going to kind of tell you, and I'll kind of fill in.
Okay.
This is our new sheep
Sheep
milking
milk cheese.
facility.
Okay. This facility, the sheep milk cheese is very rich. So I will tell you about it because I called it. The breed of the sheep will be called Asses, or Esses.
The sheep is Asses, actually.
And it was developed in
A-S-S-A-S.
Israel in just the 1970s, so it's a relatively new breed.
You're going to learn something.
And it was a breed of 2 milking sheep. But Jeff learned about this cheese in Spain. He is a cheese judge, so he was judging cheese in Spain and learned about this and just really was interested. But the animals cannot be imported here, but the semen can. Okay, so the semen is then artificially inseminated in sheep here. So it's a crossbred. So it takes 4 generations until that animal then is going to be a purebred.
No,
So the
no,
first
they're
one
just
would be
starting
a
to breed.
50-50.
Just starting to
The
breed.
next
Takes
one,
4
and then it would be
generations to get.
bred that young would then be have a baby,
yeah,
which is
and then
quarter.
couple more years.
And then so
They
when-
do-
when
he
the
hired a
artificial-
girl from
So they
Portugal.
really have to keep track of
She
what
is here
sire
now
or
getting,
whatever.
she's doing the breeding
Um,
and overseeing the
So
I don't know where they're
anyhow,
going to ship the milk yet to be made into cheese.
so then the
but evidently
lambing
we-
next spring they will the milk
tariffs,
then will
et
be
cetera,
finally
going
they will
on. This is
hit
the
that
new market.
generation before that it would be a purebred. Okay, So then I asked him about it, and it's a very good price right now for the sheep.
Well, no, if any of it's
No,
produced
no,
in
no,
the
for,
United States, right
making
now,
$1 a
we're
pound, which is
importing
actually a
the
very good
sheep.
price. I asked
I
him what it was
haven't
like.
tried
He
it
said
yet.
it's really rich
I'm
milk.
becoming lactose
I said, well, what's the cheese like? Is it
Don't
like
say that.
goat's cheese?
So I'm hoping
Goat milk
this
cheese.
will
He
be
said, oh my gosh.
my answer.
I could tell on the phone that was an insult.
insult.
So not, and so I said, so what does it taste like? What is that cheese like? And it could be hard or soft cheese. He said, it is a very unique, clean flavor.
Okay, and that's probably
So
right
my,
now where
I
they're
told
going to
this to my
ship.
sister, and she said, so what does it taste like soap?
Yeah, actually, this is his home farm.
A woman
His
from
parents
Portugal
farmed
right
there.
now
He's
is
from
managing
there.
a herd.
He had won't be a cake.
Said it was English. Or English. Yeah.
So hopefully in 2 years they're up and running, and maybe we can have a farm tour there. That would be interesting. In my town, so I'm the clerk treasurer of a little township, Sylvester, and this is Jefferson. So we're right connected. These kind of all affect us. We're going to be having a wind farm soon down by the town line. In my township, they're putting in a K-full right now, which will have 6,000 units, and I just approved the driveway for a goat milking enterprise in our township. So our farmers are having to diversify, and in many different ways. And farming isn't just milking cows or grain anymore. It's a whole amazing industry. And I know Alice, or Kaylin, who's our Alice, can tell us that. You know that. I learn every day. And it's, yeah. A couple weeks ago, in Monroe, we have Quest Industries. They have developed robotics because our cheesemakers here in the county cannot get enough workers. So they've had to go to robotics. And Quest has developed them. And of course, because it's cheese making, we have to be very, very sanitary. And we have not had any issues with E. coli, etc. So the West Coast, who has had issues with their produce and E. coli, they have now contracted with Quest. He was telling me that this is going to be their third expansion. They have a whole new market on the West Coast for robotics because they have made a name for themselves back there. So this just started in somebody's garage, you know, kind of like Harley Davidson, but you know, evidently in Wisconsin, if we have a need, we have an answer, right? Okay, on the corner, kitty corner from where we're stopped is going to be the Maple Leaf Cheese Factory. If you've come to Cheese Days, or you are here at Cheese Days, and you've eaten any of the cheese curds, how many have had cheese curds so far? How many are going to get in line when you're done and have cheese curds? All the cheese curds comes from this factory. They were probably fresh yesterday and picked up last night. And coated in the. So this Maple Leaf has been around since 1908.
This is where the cheese
Or
curds
1910,
come
I'm
from
sorry.
for the
108
cheese
years.
curd. So it was actually, if you have cheese curds today, it was in the cow Thursday. Really?
Thursday.
And they furnish those and they can donate to certain ones. Not very aged. Nope, not very aged. That's why it's curds. Yeah, it's very fresh.
Extra tickets for your cheese curds today. You can go back to the fair next summer and use the same ticket, or you can come in 2 years. My kids, I always have cheese curd tickets on my refrigerator, and they call that their inheritance. We're never without cheese curd tickets. Chris's sister lives in California. She comes for every Tuesday. She puts it in the pocket of her dress, so she never forgets it at all. They're very precious to us.
And they are.
And if you buy them at the fair, they're good for cheese days. Their cheese days are good for cheese. And they've never raised the price. And I know for a fact that there was a ticket that was painted red, and it went through the line yesterday, and that was the 2 millionth ticket sold.
Wow. But I didn't.
What's the time frame?
What?
I don't know.
I didn't get the question.
What is the time frame and the Optimists have been doing this? Oh my God.
Oh, I think it was
20 years.
20, I think 21 years.
I think it's 21 years.
I think it was their anniversary was last year. Their 20th
21 years, 2 million packages of cheese curds, and all the money stays in the county for children. It's the Optimist Creed, and they give lots of scholarships to
Okay,
help out.
he thinks he said it was in high school. Maybe their anniversary last year was the 25th.
Oh, could be.
Because he said,
So we're not real sure,
unfortunately, they had a
but that's a lot of cheese curds, ladies. That doesn't count all the ones that people like, you know, if I'm a gate worker at the fair, I usually get some free ones, you know, some of us. So, about 2 million. And they've all come from Maple.
Okay, this is the part where you're going to get off at. This is DeVoe's farm.
So we'll split you up into 2 areas.
Right. Okay,
This
so-
area will go to the milking parlor. This area will go to the animal,
Okay,
and then we'll switch after about 20 minutes. Sure.
Thank you.
You can pat them, but don't pick them up, please. They're so little yet. Do I have everybody in here yet, or not quite? Was it a full bus? Yeah.
Full bus. But only half of us are coming in here. Half are.
That's correct. You know, part of the tour is taking a cat home and plucking a chicken. Chickens to butcher yet today. I need some guys can help me pluck. Then we can take one home with you.
How many chickens you gotta do?
I had like 30 some. I did 10. I have 21 more to go. So we're gonna butcher some this afternoon. I gotta get them filled. Chop their heads off. What?
I think you got everybody.
Do I got everybody, you think?
I think so.
Anybody been on a farm before?
I have, you know that.
Anybody else? That's it? Oh yeah.
Nancy's on the tour with me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so you know Nancy.
Okay.
Hey, Yvonne, how many cows do you milk?
I work anywhere from like 95 to 120,
Jesus.
depending on the year.
Yeah.
Right now, I am going to be down in numbers, which I am fine with because we'll be harvesting soon.
Right?
I do all the milking, so my husband's never home anyway, around. So I'm going to be down in numbers. I just dried up 10 cows. I sold a couple. I got 10 more to dry up, so I'll be down, which is great. I'm happy. I am to the middle bar and I'm filming that. Do I got everybody? Lynn, am I good to go?
Now, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hello,
We have to
everybody.
be on the bus and leave by 12:30 today, though.
I know.
Because we're on a
A tight schedule. Tight schedule. So we'll do quick.
Okay.
My name is DeVoe. Thank you guys for coming out today. We have been farming here I've been married 31 years. Been milking my cows. It must be crazy. There's no paid vacation. There's no holidays. There's no insurance. If I leave the farm, I got to pay somebody to do my work. But it's the best place to raise your family. My kids know a lot of great work ethic and compassion, and it's the best place. But I'm ready to be done soon. It's been farming is a great life, but it's going to be obsolete. So the family farm is going to be obsolete, which is really sad. Anyway, this is my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing Adele, and I tell her every day, twice a day, how beautiful she is. I love her to death. She is, and she knows that she's special. She's the queen of the farm. She will never ever leave this place. Never. I got quite a few cows that will never leave because they're special to me. But she is my special girl. Now she's a Jersey. On this farm we have Jerseys, we have black and white Holsteins, and the next one, and we have red Holsteins. Now what color milk does that brown cow give? White. What color milk does that cow give? White. Yes, white milk. All cows give white milk. They all do. Adele's actually 7 years old, I believe, so she's had 5 babies already. She's 7, and out of her babies, she's so beautiful. And out of all the babies she's only had 2 girls, and they've been ugly. She's ugly. She had a beautiful boy last summer in August, a beautiful, beautiful red boy. It was so depressing. So I'm going to eat her boy. And she has the ugliest girl that she's so pretty. But anyway, she's my queen. Kind of how it works, a cow has to be about 2 years of age when they have. And the first baby at the age of 2 to grow that baby, reproduce, get their body back conditioned, give milk, more milk for the next lactation. So my cows get a 2-month vacation every year, and I get nothing. What is that? I get nothing. They get a 2-month break. Every time I take them down to we have a special place you'll see when my daughter takes you. It's called our dry area, so the cows get to go down there. So they get to do what they could be in here anywhere from, Adele is always first. She's always in the first group. She's special. She wants to be in and out of here. And so she's probably in here about 15 minutes, and that's it. And then she gets to go out and do whatever she wants the rest of the whole time. It takes us probably like an hour and a half to milk. 100 head, say, a double 16 with 2 people. If I'm by myself, it takes longer. And that's just the milking. It's not the washing up, it's not the scraping, it's not feeding the cows, it's not doing all the extra chores that I do. So, and then a cow has no teeth on top, so when you guys go see the calves, have my daughter show you, cows and calves never have their front teeth. They have teeth way in back on the top and bottom, and the bottom here, they have no front teeth. And that's just the way they always have been. And now when you guys, if anybody's buying milk antibiotic free and paying more money for it, all milk is antibiotic free. I cannot sell my milk with antibiotics in it. Just like when you get sick and take medicine, if my cow gets sick, yes, I give her medicine, but she has to go in a pail. This milk pail here, so their milk has to be kept separate. Either I dump it down the drain or I can feed it to my calves. Now it's happened a few times with that silver tank you see out there is my cooler. So that's where my milk is stored. And what temperature do you think that milk is stored at? What'd you say?
38.
Yep, 38, perfect, 38 degrees. I've already had to dump that whole cooler because the wrong cow got milked. And how it works is the milk hauler comes, he picks up your milk, he takes a sample, every single farmer takes a sample of milk. When they get back to the cheese plant, they take another sample of the whole tank load. If that tanker load is bad, from hot milk, then we go back to each farm and find out who did it. I knew I milked the cow wrong, one of us milked it. So I went to the factory, they tested the milk, it was bad, I had to dump it. And I've also, one time I do most of the milking, my husband comes in once in a while, gets me a little screwed up sometimes, whatever. You dry the cow up, put the red leg band on the wrong cow, so I milked the cow the next morning, because I didn't know, in the parlor you can't really see when you're milking. I mean, you have a general idea, but if you're in a hurry, all you see is your back ends. Where in the stanchion barn, you knew the whole cow. So I milked her by mistake into the cooler, and I ruined the whole truckload of milk. So then they're responsible for that. The farmer has to pay for that. So we had to pay thousands of dollars to pay for that truckload of milk because it was our mistake. So all milk, they test it all the time. All milk's antibiotic free. There's never any milk in the stores with antibiotics in it. So but when they get sick, we give them medicine. It's like when you get sick, you take medicine. Dean, you still in here? No. I'm going to go turn my pump on, and I'm going to show you what the cow feels. So I'll be right back.
Sabrina, come over here. Come on.
We're ready to lay down.
See how she can walk down there, and they go down there, and they don't have to move the equipment from your own bodies. They had to move the machine from cow to cow. They only had they only had 3 milkers, and they had to what's it? Here, the cow has each of the stations to get where it's milker.
This is your collar, barrel collar. These are automatic takeoffs. So you scrub our cows. I use sandy wipes. Like if you disinfect the sandy wipe I use. I have got enough laundry to do, I don't use the bag, or I'm doing laundry every day as a business, household stuff, I do not need to do it with cow towels. So we use sandy wipes to cut the cow, and then put the milk machine on, it's automatic takeoff. So when the milk has a computer in it, so the level, the flow of milk is like a certain point below 0.0 something, it shuts off. You still gotta check your cows. I mean, yes, it does a great job, but there's some cows that might have she might be bent over, or she didn't leave her milk down. So you always gotta double check your cows and go back. And sometimes the machine's on, sometimes they don't. Always check it. And when they're all done milk, you take a teat dip, and you dip each teat. And it protects the opening, because you open that, you open up that canal on the bottom, getting diseases and germs in there. And you get preventing mastitis.
Yep.
This is, you guys want to come down, you guys come to me, you can feel what the cow feels. Who's going to be first? Be brave.
So we're gonna go down.
Yeah, who's going to be brave? You gotta come way down here. On my machine, I'll reach that far. Way down like that. So there we get done now. Way done. Your fingers are kind of little to go inside. Anybody else want to feel it? And you have a baby every single year. A cow cannot produce milk until she has a baby. She has to have a baby to produce her milk. And I always say it works is that when you guys start school in the fall, a cow has a first baby, they milk that whole 9 months in school, they're milking, and when summertime comes, they need a break. A cow has to have a break. They cannot milk continuously. They need a 2-month vacation also to grow that baby, reproduce, get their body back conditioned, to give milk, more milk for the next lactation. So my cows get a 2-month vacation every year, and I get nothing. What is that? I get nothing. I get a 2-month break. Every time I take them down to we have a special place you'll see when my daughter takes to, it's called our dry area, so the cows just go down there. So they get to do what they could be in here anywhere from, Adele is always first. She's always in the first group. She's special. She wants to be in and out of here. And so she's probably in here about 15 minutes, and that's it. And then she gets to go out and do whatever she wants the rest of the whole time. It takes us probably like an hour and a half to milk. 100 head, say, the double 16 with 2 people. If I'm by myself, it takes longer. And that's just the milking. It's not the washing up, it's not the scraping, it's not feeding the cows, it's not doing all the extra chores that I do. So, and then a cow has no teeth on top, so when you guys go see the calves, have my daughter show you, cows and calves never have their front teeth. They have teeth way in back on the top and bottom, and the bottom here, they have no front teeth. And that's just the way they always have been. And now when you guys, if anybody's buying milk antibiotic free and paying more money for it, all milk is antibiotic free. I cannot sell my milk with antibiotics in it. Just like when you get sick and take medicine, if my cow gets sick, yes, I give her medicine, but she has to go in a pail. This milk pail here, so their milk has to be kept separate. Either I dump it down the drain or I can feed it to my calves. Now I've already, it's happened a few times, where that silver tank you see out there is my cooler. So that's where my milk is stored. And what temperature do you think that milk is stored at? What'd you say?
38.
Yep, 38, perfect, 38 degrees. I've already had to dump that whole cooler because the wrong cow got milked. And how it works is the milk hauler comes, he picks up your milk, he takes a sample, every single farmer takes a sample of milk. When they get back to the cheese plant, they take another sample of the whole tank load. If that tanker load is bad, from hot milk, then we go back to each farm and find out who did it. I knew I milked the cow wrong, one of us milked it. So I went to the factory, they tested the milk, it was bad, I had to dump it. And I've also, one time, I do most of the milking, my husband comes in once in a while, gets me a little screwed up sometimes, whatever. You dry the cow up, put the red leg band on the wrong cow, so I milked the cow the next morning, because I didn't know, in the parlor you can't really see when you're milking. I mean, you have a general idea, but if you're in a hurry, all you see is your back ends. Where in the stand you bought, you knew the whole cow. So I milked her by mistake into the cooler, and I ruined the whole truckload of milk. So then they're responsible for that. The farmer has to pay for that. So we had to pay $1,000 to pay for that truckload of milk because it was our mistake. So all milk, they test it all the time. All milk's antibiotic free. There's never any milk in the stores with antibiotics in it. So but when they get sick, we give them medicine. It's like when you get sick, you take medicine. Dean, you still in here? I'm gonna go turn my pump on, and I'm gonna show you what the cow feels. So, I'll be right back.
And they don't have to move the equipment from your bodies. They had to move the machine from cow to cow. They only had like they only had 3 milkers. And they had to what's it? Here, the cow, it has at each of the stations she's in where it's a milker.
This is your parlor, barrel parlor. So in the milk, this has a computer in it, so in the level, the flow of milk is like a certain point below 0.0 something, it shuts off. You still gotta check your cows. I mean, yes, it does a great job, but there's some cows that might have she might be bent over, or she didn't leave her milk down. So you always gotta double check your cows and go back. And sometimes the machine's on, sometimes they don't. Always check it. And when they're all done milk, you take a teat dip, and you dip each teat. And it protects the opening, because you open that, you open up that canal on the bottom, getting diseases and germs in there. And you get preventing mastitis.
Yep.
This is, you guys want to come down, you guys come to me, you can feel what the cow feels. What's going to be first? Be brave.
So we're gonna go down.
Yeah, who's going to be brave? You're going to come way down here. On my machine, don't reach that far. Way down like that. So, still never get done. Way done. Anybody else? Anybody else want to? Are you guys good? Good. Now, a cow is meant to be milked. A dairy cow is meant to be milked. If we did not milk them twice a day, it would actually be inhumane. These bags get so full, they're actually leaking half the time they come in the car to get milk. If a cow gets skipped for some reason, like when I'm drying them up, drying up processes, I'll milk them. Like morning milk, you skip the night milk, milk the next one. Sometimes they're bellowing. That bag is so full of milk, they're bellowing because they want that relief of having that milk empty from their bag. A cow has 4 teats, has 1 baby generally. Every other animal you have, the pigs, goats have 2 teats and they have 2 to 3 babies. Pigs have 10 to 12, they have that many babies. A cow has 4, but only has 1. And as big as she is, I think it's kind of different. It's weird. But they are meant to be milked. There's one animal that have to be milked. Right now. Do you guys have any questions?
Do you have the jerseys to bring up the milk fat count? Or?
I have the jerseys because they're cute and I like them. That's why I love them. If my husband, he wouldn't have any, but I do the milking. But yes, it brings up my fat count a lot. I have a dozen of them, so my fat count is higher than normal because of that. But they're just cute. I've always loved them, and I like to see something different once in a while. I get tired of the black and white ones. But the only bad thing about my jerseys, I have some that are really little. This is the parlor. You guys can see the front there. I'll do the other side too. But when the cows come in, see this front, you come back, only indexes to the biggest cow. So when I have my little jerseys in here, sometimes I am way up here because they have so much room to move. Now Beast is one of my biggest cows, and so the only indexes to that big cow. Adele has a lot of room to move in here yet, where my other Holstein does not. Because the only index to the front shoulder is the biggest cow in there. So they're just so cute. And then when you walk in, I push up, and the cows walk out, and then my next group comes in.
Yep.
And my holding area holds all my cows. I can get 130 cows in there, not a problem. With these being full, 16 in here, and the rest back there. It holds them all. And in the wintertime, we have sprinklers in the summertime for them. In the wintertime, they're all insulated. We put slabs in the barn door. And what happens in the summer and winter, when I run the crowd gate, the cows will go back in and stay in the barn. And it looks like I haven't even milked the cows sometimes because they're all in the barn yet in the summertime from the sprinklers being nice and cool. In the wintertime, they're warming up a little bit, and then I kick them out. So they can do what they want. So you have to keep the crowd gate kind of up in the summer and winter just to keep the cows content back there. Or they like to come my exit lanes and give me problems. So that's the problem with that. They'll come back up, walk up here in the stand. And my cows are so slow. They literally walk in the barn and they take one step, look at me, and I gotta keep going. All right, another step. Oh, I guess I can move it. I have pushed. Last night I had a farm tour at 3 o'clock, and they're watching the road, and I see how slow my cows were. I pushed up, and not a cow moved. They all stay there. They're very content. I don't know if Adele is not, I don't know if she's not chewing her cud, but I always chewing their cud like chewing bubble gum. Cows will chew, like you guys chew gum, cows chew their cud. And a content cow is chewing her cud. She's happy, she's, content, she's good at what she's doing. But like how they're very, very slow. They just don't move. And this beast, this Holstein, I have her daughter also. She has a daughter that I'm already milking. And literally they're one and the same. They do not leave. I push up and they sit there in that front part, knock all my scrapers down. The other cows from going out. They're a pain in my butt. I usually lock them up in the headlock on the side because I chase them out and they come right back in. And knock all my stuff down. They're just a pain. And they're both the exact same. It's just crazy how much they're alike, mother and daughter. They're the same personalities. And cows all have a personality. I got some cows I love, and I got some cows I could club beside the head because they're so mean to me. They're not nice. But any other questions? Any other questions? You guys good?
Yes.
Thank
Lynn,
you.
what time you gotta leave by?
12:30.
12:30.
Okay. That'll work out.
I have to be back on the bus by 12:30
Okay. All right.
because we have to be back by 1.
Okay. Yes.
So
I am good. Is my daughter done down there? She can be.
I see kids running. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. So we can start switching.
Yes. We can
Okay.
start switching. We got it. 15 minutes.
Thank you. So I'm going to take you guys over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how much has changed since I was here yesterday. 24 hours. Isn't that fun?
Is everybody down here? Alright, if everybody wants to go over this way, please. Hello everybody, my name is Caitlin, and I am the oldest of 3, and this is Dean, and he's the youngest, and our middle sister, she's at college right now. So, welcome to DeVoe Farms, and down here we have the little mini petting zoo, if you will. So Dean has a little baby guinea, which looks just like a little baby chicken, but guineas are actually meat-eating birds, and they eat bugs and little rodents. And we have them running around the farm. If you see like a little chicken-looking thing with a bald head, that's what a guinea is, or like gray with black speckles on them. That's like a little baby. And we have them just to eat bugs out of mom's garden and beetles around the house and stuff and mice. And so down here we have our chickens. And our chickens actually lay white, brown, and green eggs. And if you guys want to see the different colored eggs that our chickens lay, you can come over here and see those. And they all taste the same. All eggs have the same nutritional value. Brown eggs are not healthier than white eggs, are not healthier than green. They're all the same. And then in that little shed, and up here we have broilers, which are meat-eating, or not meat-eating, they're meat birds, so we're going to actually butcher them to eat. We were supposed to butcher a couple this morning, but we didn't have enough time. But we butcher them ourselves. I love to do. So we have our chickens here, and then we also have 2 goats and a donkey, and our donkey's name is Eeyore, and if you guys want, you can feed the goats and the pony. I have a little pellet. You guys want to? Yeah. So if you want to feed them, put your hand out flat, okay? Flat. Yep. Hi, donkey. There you go.
It's funny, Sabrina, that you have experience feeding donkeys, but you do.
Yep. And does anybody else want to feed the goats or the pony before we move on? hand out flat. You have to hold it flat like this, okay? Like that.
By the way, Sabrina, have you ever wondered why you have to keep your hand flat?
Dean Allen.
Well, they don't get your fingers. They don't want your fingers, but they sometimes get in the way.
Picture. That's your job. Do it this way, though. Anybody else want to see this over? So if you all want to come up this way.
Come here, Debbie.
They're not there.
Alrighty, so we have two little pigs. We raise our own pigs and then we'll eat them too. So we grow a lot of our own meat on our farm. So we have our own beef, chicken, and pork that we grow. As you can see, they're a little dirty, and that's because they rolled in mud. So does anybody know why?
Keep cool. Keep cool.
Yeah, because they don't sweat. They keep them cool. Good. Yep. So usually they actually are out running around with the dogs. They actually think they're dogs. But we put them in the pen so they're not in the way. But we'll like hose them down too when it gets hot out like today, which they love. And then yeah, they just run around. Mom gives them milk once in a while. So yeah, they're just hanging out and keeping cool for the day. And then we also have a bunch of ducks running around. They won't bother you, so don't be afraid of the ducks. And then we also have peacocks on this farm, which are up in the rafters in here. So if you guys want to go in there, you can look up in the rafters. You can see the peacocks. So peacocks lose their tail every year, and the longer the tail, the older the peacock. So if you guys see peacock feathers laying around the farm, it's because they lose their tail.
Do peacocks also eat quilts? I forget.
Yep, they'll eat bunch of stuff.
They're foul.
Yep. Yep, and so all of the cows that you guys see down here, I don't know if my mom talked about it, but these are dry cows. And what that means is that they're going to actually have a baby in a month or two. So 2 months before they're going to calve, we dry them up, which means we give them like a little vacation before we milk them again. So once they have their baby, then they'll go back into the herd and we'll milk them again. Yeah, oh yeah, okay.
Oh, thanks.
Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to the baby calf. Follow me or go back up this way.
Yeah, you know my dad.
You're don't crowd.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Bell here. This is my wife Tanya and her mother Marie. It's going well. I see. Oh wow.
You went to breakfast with Wiley on Thursday.
We saw Wiley last night with his girlfriend Nick Pickles' mom.
Gloria or Gretchen? Gretchen.
Yeah, I don't
I think it's
remember.
Gretchen.
Yeah.
I think it's Gretchen.
Oh boy.
Coming around the corner. Alrighty. So this is a little girl. She's called a heifer, and she was born last night.
Oh my goodness.
So not even 24 hours old. And calves can walk within an hour of being born. Calves and cows in general don't have top teeth. They only have teeth on the bottom, not on the top. Just the last one too.
than 24 hours old.
So since this is a Holstein, she's black and white, so she'll grow up and we'll milk her. She'll have her first baby about she's 18 months old to 2 years old. She'll have her first baby. Then she'll come back and she'll get put into the milking herd. We also have a little Angus I'll grab here in a sec, and that's a beef cow, so we'll end up eating her, and she was born this morning. Wow. So when she's about 2 years old, then we'll butcher her for meat. So if you guys want to pet her, she's really soft.
She looks soft.
Oh,
Well, they have a baby first.
Yep. Cow has to have a baby before she can get milked.
How old is that?
She was born last night.
No,
I mean, how old?
about
18 months to 2 years old. Yep. It used to be based on age, now it's like a weight. So once cows reach a certain weight. We actually have all of our so this is a replacement heifer because she's going to replace the cow in the herd later on. So all of our heifers go to a different farm where they grow up, and then we have a bull. So we have a beef bull right now, which is how that one was born, because we're trying to downsize a little bit. Mom and Dad want to retire within the next few years, so we have beef, so that way we have beef cattle being born instead of more replacement heifers.
You guys aren't going to keep milking as the kids?
My sister thought about taking over the dairy, but my parents told us we didn't get a college education to milk cows the rest of our life when milk prices the way they are. It's something we could always come back to, but they told us to get a job. Right? Like, go out and work. If you don't like it, then you can come back, but they didn't. Yeah, like, I told you upside that I didn't come back to milk cows right away. So, but I work for an engineering firm now, and I'm in a and I hate it. So I love to come back. Maybe not milk cows for the rest of my life, but do like an agritourism and have like a farm store and do like a pumpkin patch and like have that, you know. I think that would be a lot of fun. And do tours all the time. So.
Oh, I'd say about 40 pounds. Just kidding.
We'll be going over there, and there'll be wipes and stuff for you.
And this is a little beef cow. She's an Angus, and she was born this morning.
How much does she weigh, Caitlin?
80 pounds.
Oh my!
Sorry, I underestimated.
60 to 80.
Don't underestimate the strength of a farm wife or farm woman.
What time is it? 12? Probably like 5 hours. She's about 5 hours old, probably.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Already weighed more than you do.
That's a cute face.
Yeah. They're usually 60 to 80 pounds. Jersey is born. They're usually like 40, 50, and they're a lot smaller.
What's that?
They lost it because of kids. My sister and brother-in-law crop, but they also raise steers. And we buy our meat from them. I haven't bought.
Alright. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody else want to? Yeah? If not, I think we're going to make our way over for, we have cheese and ice cream and snacks and stuff for all of you guys.
Yep, so if you go back there, you'll actually get into a little air conditioning. She has cheese, milk, and some goodies.
Yeah, mine too. And that is cheese. That's where their milk goes to Springbrook Dairy.
Smile.
Because it's
That's great you could join us today.
Yeah, no, this was great.
I know. Yeah.
More than happy to have you. I have goodie bags for the little kids. So if you guys want to go
a party area when mom was up.
Trixie, yeah.
You want the window or the aisle? Huh? She wrote her bus. And she, they have to fill out an application. Oh, that's great.
Okay. I think everybody's in. I tried. They have some relatives here visiting. I actually tried to herd them into the bus. They said that we really weren't on the bus. I went up to one couple who just kept sitting in a chair and said, "We need to get on the bus now." They finally told me that we're not on your bus.
Everybody back?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be drinking so much.
So yeah, kind of. Okay.
So I don't think I told you guys this. I told this yesterday. When we first started Barn Quilts, right after we put it up, and I brought Susie Perron, who has made her career on Barn Quilts. Her and her husband quit their jobs and they bought an RV and they travel all over the United States doing Barn Quilt classes, and she's written 2 books. Anyway, I brought her out here. It's the first time she'd ever been to a live farm where there was milking. And so I brought her out here because I knew Yvonne wouldn't care. I can drop in any time with a bus or a person. Dean was a little guy. He was about this big. He doesn't remember it, but I just told it to him. He ran across the the driveway to his mom, who was starting milking. He goes, "Mom, that crazy Barn Quilt lady's here again." So Yvonne is always open for tours and to talk about her love. And you can tell she loves her animals.
Yeah, her only complaint is we never give her enough time.
Yeah, we don't. She could talk for hours, so
we know
it's really hard to limit her. But you can tell she loves cows. And Kris and I grew up in farms. We used to name our cows. They weren't numbers to us. They were, And I hope I'm getting this right. I'm a little nervous when Ellen's here. But the average cow and the bigger farms, it's about 4 or 5 years.
5 years, yep.
Like she said, her baby is 7. I know some farmers, the smaller farmers, spend some cows that are 12 and 15 years old and still producing. And like she said, some of them will never go off the farm. They will live out their lives. My dad used to do the same thing. If it was a favorite cow of ours, it would stay. If you have any questions along the way, please ask us.
There's a little ways now to the next time.
So you were at ginseng last night?
Yeah, so yesterday I was at a ginseng festival. I was digging up ginseng roots up in Wausau. Now I'm here today, and it's always a new adventure. It's great. It's wonderful what we had to provide here in Wisconsin.
So for those of you that live in the city, we just went past out of Twin Grove and there's a little fire department. Most of our fire departments around here are volunteer. And we, each township goes to pay and buy the trucks, and when the fire call goes out, so my house, which is on the other side of the county, or this township, has a fire, my fire truck's going to come from down here. Good 20-25 minutes away. Last year, our pumper truck, which was a 1976 converted bulk milk truck, had to be replaced. So we had to help buy the little volunteer department a new pumper truck. So we all kind of pitch in around here and have fundraisers, and that's how we do it.
This summer we had a really major fire just north of Monroe. 22 volunteer fire departments showed up with that fire. So they were coming to me with
My mom and I, we just actually went last weekend and saw some of the orchards and everything. So, yes.
Really?
So we'll be seeing a barn quilt just up at this farm. But it is sort of decided so we can still look at the show. Or which would have been earlier this June.
We stocked up on
different silos. This one's called Belted Star.
This is the Bowman Farm.
And
this was her Christmas present from her family 1 year. It's called Belted Star. They don't milk in this barn anymore. Sometimes they have some young stock. They just crop around here. But Jim does milk about, I don't know, 100 or so cows over by Judah. Him and his brother still farm together. So they actually rent and crop a lot of this land here for them. We only ask the farm owners that, you know, they haven't had problem with trespassing, but we always tell them you never know if you'll see the tourism director Noreen or Kris and me out here taking pictures. And he kind of laughed at me, but in the spring he came home from the field and I was laying in his yard because the tulips were just right and the brim in the barn quilt, and he was like, well, you really do just walk yourself out and take pictures. You'll see a barn over here on the driver's side. We won't go past it. They have two barn quilts.
One on each end.
One's called South Cross, which their daughter designed here in the south, and the other one is called Turbine because they actually do generate their own electricity.
And that was one of the very first turbines put up anywhere. You know, this one's just a small one. Kind of created that before they made the big wind farm. Has anybody seen the wind farm?
Just south of the new turbine farm. Yeah, they were his girls. So it's last
So there's one more, another farm.
this road.
This one's starting out as a 4x4. My grandmother's side. So it's the inside one. And they were 9 diamonds for the 4 children and the 5 grandchildren. And then she came up to me at the fair a couple years later.
So it doesn't always have to be a dairy farm. It's been on grain farms. This year was a non-working dairy farm. Some of them you'll go right by the
Got some special boards. So now it's
on the driver's side.
And so now it's the 4 great grandchildren. So it is their birthstone. So that gray diamonds in the center. Those were the first
originally it was a 4x4, and all those colors are the birthstones of their children and grandchildren.
And then we added the outside board.
They came and said, what are we going to do about our great grand? So we added, they figured out how to do it, and we painted the black and the 4 in the corner.
She kind of had an idea, and then I said, no, we need to do this, but I tweaked her idea a little bit. But it was like, that'll work. One year for Christmas, they all dressed up in t-shirts and all around their birthstone and had their.
And he is a trucker. She caters. She is a 4-H leader. She is like, she makes Kris and I look like slowpokes. Deb Myers. Oh, yep. Yeah. Next generation 4-H. One of the most active clubs around. Anybody have any questions? This is just a young couple that decided they wanted to farm. They have a new baby. The barn burnt, and then they put their milk parlor up on the hill. This is called Country Road.
So now this one faces the south, which is otherwise has been this is the problem direction. So far this one looks great, but it's only a couple of years old. So we're going to cross our fingers that it's not going to get that fade factor. But that is what we really try to take it. And we're seeing some of our worst babies.
So did you like the animals? Did you? Did you have fun? Monkeys today. How about that baby cat? Those two baby cats. Those were fun.
So that's kind of funny to see when some of them are fixed up. So this is the little town of Judah. I know somebody was in here.
So Judah is one of our little communities. I asked last night because one of my friends, Kris is my friend's teaches here. They have about 350 kids, but they have probably over 100 kids that don't live in the Judah School District that have actually come into open enrollment because the class sizes are smaller and they're more intimate. And they really, really like Judah has a very good reputation for teaching.
So this is Rising Star, and this honestly was a little.
This one's called Rising Star.
So it's a tiny little barn, but they had to fix that up. And then actually there was a windstorm, and actually the barn crew kind of held it more square.
Actually, when they bought this place, they came up from the Chicago area and bought this place. It was just trash. Just lots of rusted machinery and broken down cars, and the barn hadn't been used for like 7 years. And they just cleaned it all up and saved the other buildings. And they had this one all fixed up, and then a windstorm came through, but the barn folk saved it.
And it held it square, more square.
So they had to shake it, pull it back, and wire it. We have a few barns, 2 barns for sure, that they said it wouldn't have been for the barn quilt, holding it on, they probably would have went down. Yep. So you know where George and Mary Worth live? Yep, that's your next stop. By their pine trees there. It's always nice to have a bus driver that knows the rules as good as me. It's interesting because I grew up in the Monticello area and my husband's from Blair. So, and then now, kids that go from my granddad is like dad's family was from Lokken. So I kind of know that. Kris grew up in the Monroe-Barn area. So we're all in here. Delighted to try to get
Like the pig?
Yeah, I was telling her I think it lost. You're in Illinois, you get lost. You just have to find the next one.
So, and sometimes I see, move on, they have 58 seconds.
So did you come from Wausau down?
I came from Wausau
Last night down to Madison. So earlier I said something about, you know, we have sheep and goats, and we're going to start a wind farm just south. And then we actually, when they open up the licenses in my township, we have a hemp farm that has started. There's hops being grown for some of the little microbreweries, and we have 2 wineries in our county where they're growing a lot of their own grapes. Of course, they have, you know, they can't produce enough to for all the wine that we all drink. There's sheep over there on the hillside, so a lot of the farmers are diversified.
The barn quilts that we're seeing next, they knew they were getting the barn. They didn't know when. They were gone one Sunday. We didn't know they were going to be gone.
The next one will be, the last one we'll technically see is on the driver's side. Kris and I and our husbands actually surprised the family when we had it done, and we delivered it just before Christmas. And after a Packer game, we came out here and put it up. It's only 18 inches up off the ground, and it took everything the 4 of us had. And our 2 husbands are not smoking. Hers was a heating, air conditioning, and mine was a baker. And yeah.
This is the Evergreen Stock Farm. But see, now this one faces north. And how, and that's, oh golly, that's at least 8 years old. And how, you know, that one still looks really good. Yeah, and it just faces the north. It doesn't have red.
So this is called Evergreen.
Evergreen
Yesterday
Stock
he actually
Farm.
was out mowing lawn, and normally they're out in their 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
Their
We
hard
actually, right before, a little bit before we were getting on the bus, they came up, or they were talking with, you know, with us.
Yeah,
so
this one.
they were glad to know we were
they
driving
wanted
by.
on Evergreen. It's actually we love doing the Ohio Star because then we can custom
There
the
are
center.
so many things you can put in the
So
center.
it's technically an Ohio Star block, simple quilt block that we all do that are quilters, and they wanted the tree. Because it's not fancy, we could do that one, because I could easily reproduce that one.
Hi, babe.
Okay.
Not much I can. Yeah, not much I can. Okay, we'll see. Let it go out. Did it go out?
The wife that from this farm actually used to work for my husband in a bakery. So,
You know, Albany, from where I live, to go to Albany, 35 minutes away. One way. Okay, so you do that.
That's true, I haven't done that.
After a bit, you're going to say.
So have any of you tried Limburger?
So, yes.
Did you know that we have the only Limburger cheese factory in the United States?
Wow. Yeah.
So,
just a little side note, my husband grew up in that farm, or that little place.
so if you haven't tasted Limburger, go on over to Bumgarner's. They'll give you a sample. It is worth tasting, and it's not the age stuff that they're going to give you. They're going to give you some of the vile stuff. You've tried it. Back in one of my other tour groups, way back, I did 4-H tour groups. Here's a little barn quilt.
Yeah, they did this one on their own. So we will probably contact
This also
them.
was a junk place. People bought it, fixed it up, cleaned it up. And they just recently sold it. It's now his retirement playhouse. I just found this out last night. But they thought it would help sell it a little bit more if it had a barn quilt on it.
So we will contact
So
them.
I was with a bunch of 4-H kids out of Lancaster County with the Amish, and we were in one of their farmer market, and they had all this cheese. Of course, my 4-H kids got all excited because they found Limburger. Chris's daughter was one of them, and the Amish lady just couldn't believe, you know, she was telling them all about Limburger, and they're all standing there going, yeah, we know. But the Amish lady, they all got all excited because they knew that was where it came from, and they couldn't believe that they had met people that knew where this place was. And, so we go over to Hawaii, and
So I think we're gonna make our
wedding
wedding
go to Hawaii every other year. So I just have to send it or take it. And then I take some guys with. I just do my thing.
So he was
So I just kind of do it.
I never thought
The only time I have soda now is when I go to bed.
not of our rolling hits. So I was just
I give it soda here.
So anyhow, yeah. So he does kind of kid me for my opinion. And he had sheep and stuff. So he helped on a few friends' places there that had dairy farms, but he didn't live in Greenwood area. And he helped make cheese and stuff like that. I mean, it was a different atmosphere. And they always had a little bit of that, and they had like a hobby place. Would just, have, eggs, maybe, they raised a lot of rabbits. But yeah, it was just kind of a different opinion.
Oh, Sunday was that. I'm sorry, we're starting to what you were I think that was the year I was in the information.
This is what actually that little place I have always No, it has been dried. Jane Hager picked out. Not the one with the round and the rock one. Jane Hager. And she too was the house growing up. She moved away. Mary moved away.
Yes.
Then back to Monroe. And that had been a house that she
They're still at the, I know a lot of those.
when it came up for sale, she decided
Okay,
well,
thank you all.
thank you. I'm just gonna go.
They need to go back to both places.
Yeah, over here.
Are you upstairs for the next tour?
No, actually, we're gonna get our class. No, I think I heard it. I learned a lot.
I'm right behind Craig.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a real good time.
I'm glad you came.